When I look at this photo from my junior year in high school, I see a few things. That my eyebrows are gloriously bushy, my arms are slim and toned, and that I have a terrible sunburn that's going to give me wrinkles, age spots, and yes, even skin cancer down the road. So if you can't get enough on sunscreen,
It feels like you're putting on a lot.
this is part 1 of 2, where we'll talk top products, controversies, and application tips that will save your skin.
Feel better.
Hello, NextTribe. I'm Cheryl Kramer Kaye, and I am here with Josh Zeichner, MD. Josh was just named one of 2019's super doctors. Oh my God, he is a super doctor. So I am here today with Josh to talk about sunscreen because Josh might be more obsessed with sunscreen than anybody I know. Josh, what is the nature of your obsession?
Well, listen, if you do one thing in your skincare routine, it's to wear sunscreen, because we know that even incidental sunlight adds up over a lifetime.
Josh, can you please name 2 sunscreens per part that you love?
For the face, some of the Supergroup products I think are really great. There's a Supergroup Unseen sunscreen, which is somewhere between a gel and a serum.
Ooh.
It's a really unique formula. It is a little bit more pricey than some of the other products, but you're paying for the aesthetics and all of the other antioxidants and botanical goodies that are in there. Another one for the face that I particularly use is from La Roche-Posay. It's a La Roche-Posay Anti-Leos for patients who have acne. The reason that I like it is that it has volcanic ash in it, so it helps absorb oils. So for the body, Neutrogena has a whole bunch of spray sunscreens that have this unique handle.
I love those.
It has
you can get your own back.
and you can hold it upside down and it'll still spray. I might have to go with La Roche-Posay, the SPF 60 Melt in Milk.
Oh, it does.
Which-
It melts. It melts.
which has gotten really high ratings on Consumer Reports every year.
It got 100.
100.
It scored a perfect score from
Yeah.
Consumer Reports, and they're no joke.
So, all right, sunscreen rules. We'll back up. So number
That
one,
is-
for your face, about a quarter-sized dollop worth of sunscreen. That's enough for your full face. About a shot glass or a golf ball-sized amount for the rest of your sun-exposed body. And you want to make sure that you don't forget areas like the frontal hairline. I'll typically apply the sunscreen and kind of push it up like this into
Yeah.
the hair. Make sure that you're treating your part. You don't want to forget the top of your ears, your neck and your upper chest, back of the hands. These are areas that we frequently miss.
Lips? Do people remember lips?
Yeah, especially the lower lip. That lower lip is facing upwards. So if you're putting on a clear lip gloss, you're actually enhancing the UV light's ability to penetrate into the skin. So if you use a color cosmetic, it's better because it actually gives some sort of physical protection.
Is the sunscreen that comes in your makeup sufficient?
If you put enough of any product that has an SPF on the bottle on your skin, it will be sufficient. The question is, are you using enough?
Yeah.
And you
So-
need it up into the hairline and on the ears and on the chest and all those areas. So the sunscreen only works if it's on your skin. So frequently people are not doing that with cosmetics. So it's much better to layer. You need to reapply every 2 hours or immediately after heavy sweating or swimming. We set an alarm on our phone so we remember to do it.
That's such a good idea.
Because it's so easy. You're out with the kids, you're
Right.
running around. Who remembers to do it? Spray sunscreens should not be used the way that perfume is used. If you don't see it on the skin, it's probably not there. Sticks, back and forth, 4 passes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa!
As much as sunscreen is important, it's just one part of your sun protection regimen, and you really need to exercise good sun protective behavior. So get yourself a broad-brimmed hat, proper sunglasses, long sleeves. You can look for clothing that has UPF, which stands for ultraviolet protection factor. And I think you should just put your at least first layer of sunscreen on at home before you go to the beach so that you're not interrupted. And when you reapply, you need to put the effort into it.
If you're wearing a full face of makeup,
Yeah.
how are you expected to reapply sunscreen?
It's really tough. So I think that powders are a great way for touch-up. There are a whole bunch of setting mists that do have sunscreen in it.
Ooh.
I mentioned Supergoop before. I think that they have one. And invest in a parasol.
Oh my. It's a parasol. Love a good turn of the century accessory. Let's talk a little about the latest controversy in
Sure.
sunscreen. And it's the difference between the mineral sunscreens and the chemical sunscreens.
The best sunscreen is ultimately the one that you use. And if you don't want to use chemical sunscreens, that's fine. There are great mineral blockers out there, and these are sunscreens that contain either zinc oxide alone or zinc oxide in combination with titanium dioxide. So let's talk about the environment a little bit. So there's a lot of talk about damage to the coral reefs, bleaching of the reefs. It is really unclear whether this is truly due to sunscreen or whether this is due to dynamite used for fishing. And this is due to depletion of the ozone layer. So that's where this term reef safe has come in, because these are sunscreens that are staying away from some of the chemicals that are thought to perhaps affect the coral reefs, although I'm going to tell everybody out there we really don't have enough data to definitively make this conclusion. But the reef safe sunscreens typically are the mineral blockers.
Is there any special advice that you would give to women 45 and older about sunscreen and their sunscreen use?
Yeah, so again, even if you've gotten a lot of sun exposure, you should still apply it. That's like saying, okay, I'm overweight, there's no reason to go to the gym. It's never too late to start exercising. It's never too late to be good at wearing your sunscreen. Other studies have shown that after 1 year of using only sunscreen, signs of skin aging improved on their own. So we're talking pigmentation, lines and wrinkles, and probably, again, without anything else, just wearing sunscreen and protecting the skin allows it to function the best it can.
Josh Zeichner, you were a sunscreen rock star. If someone from NextTribe wanted to get in touch with you to see you as a patient, how would they do that?
So you could go to my website, ZeichnerDermatology.com, or you actually can check out, if you're on social media, you can check out my Instagram page, because it does have a direct link to the website and to call to make an appointment.
Doc, what's going on? Where you been all week?
Working.
Have a safe summer. Thank you, NextTribe.
Bye, guys. Doesn't even move much on your legs. I mean, it's a lot of sunscreen.
Yeah, and if you're, nude sunbathing, it depends on your cup size, of course, but probably, a quarter per boob.
You need a lot. And